horrifying dashcam video just released by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office shows Philip Seidel, at the time an off-duty sergeant with Neptune Township Police, crashing into his ex-wife's car, getting out, firing multiple shots. And the most heartbreaking part of this video, the couple's 7-year-old daughter running for her life.
It was an early night here at the Chris Bell campaign. He came to the podium around 8:15 this evening, thanking his supporters.
I was out here yesterday as hundreds hit the streets and walked from a church to this gas station.
He reached out to Quan LX to turn himself in.
Dania got a call this afternoon saying she was no longer suspended and could return back to school. Still, her family wants to know how the district will prevent future unauthorized visitors.
Life is sometimes far from a walk in the park.
Miss Johnson, you doing okay?
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, and oh wait, that's me, your pilot. Does this woman look familiar to you?
No.
Have you seen this woman? Take a good look.
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen her?
No.
Well, I'm calling her the Wawa Bandit. Well, I didn't get very far in my pursuit of the Wawa thief, but police did, and the bandit has owned up to what she's done. Police say 48-year-old Rebecca Julian was arrested in Wilmington, Delaware, and admitted to stealing bags of Wawa coffee that looked just like this, and then taking them to another location and returning them and getting cash. Police say she's hit up Wawas in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland. She has about $3,000 from coffee bags. Yeah.
It has to be going on for a while if she keeps on getting away with it. If she's going to each store, I'm surprised no one else caught on to it or anything.
Maybe she's trying to get famous. And it's working. What do you think?
What's going through my mind? It's hot. Don't drink coffee, drink water.
They should lock her up, I believe. Stealing coffee just isn't right.
The anti-drug activist busted with an arsenal of weapons headed into the Holland Tunnel appeared before a judge Wednesday afternoon.
There were guns in the car. My client owns a gun range. What Mr. Zupa speculates about, Judge, is of no moment. They're charged with unlawful possession of a weapon, and that's it.
John Cramsey from Zionville, Pennsylvania, along with 2 others from PA, were caught with loaded rifles and handguns, were stopped by the Port Authority Tuesday. They were originally stopped for a cracked windshield.
This is an overreaction by the judiciary and the media and the locals. Under the guidelines, he's entitled to a $75,000 bond. We're going to argue for it right now.
Cramsey, who religiously posts on Facebook, lost his 20-year-old daughter, Alexandria, because of a heroin overdose in February. At the time of this arrest, he says he was on his way to rescue a 16-year-old girl at a Brooklyn hotel who had just lost a friend to heroin. Cramsey has a number of supporters on Facebook supporting him now. Bail was set for him and the 2 others at $75,000 apiece. For more updates on this case, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Chasing News.
So now we're going to start moving.
Okay.
So I'm holding the brakes. Now we're ready to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, and oh wait, that's me, your pilot.
All the way. Go, 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 go. There we go. Now just hold your finger against it.
Oh my God.
Look at that. You're
Wow, we're off. Thanks to my flight instructor, Dan Laurie, who has been flying for nearly 30 years, we took off from Infinity Flight School based at the Trenton Mercer Airport in a light aircraft, Cessna 172. And boy, was this the flight of a lifetime.
I like to fly around and look down at traffic and everybody moving 10 miles an hour, and we're doing 120 miles an hour.
Infinity Flight School works with Mercer County Community College so students can get their pilot's license. Students like Brittany Wood, who was with me on my test run, and Dan, the man, the guy in charge, say there is just nothing like the freedom to fly.
Now we're making a left turn here. We're going to head towards New York City.
Bye-bye, Trenton.
And just the challenge of it, the sense of accomplishment of, making that perfect landing or taking someone up for their first flight and watching the smile on their face. There's a lot to it.
There is becoming a shortage of pilots, so there's plenty of opportunity out there, and we always want more people to come and start taking lessons because, you know, it's so fun. It's a different world and it's great up there.
There's a huge shortage of pilots. Boeing estimates the industry is in dire need of 28,000 committed and well-trained pilots a year, more than 500,000 by 2034 to keep up with the travel demand. Going to flight school means both time and money. You're talking about 6 months and anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000. Students who do the Mercer County Community Program get there quicker and a lot more affordably.
It's a lot of fun to be able to get to fly an airplane. It's the best office. I mean, to look at down at the world from 35,000 feet, that's your office. And to be able to travel the world is it's an incredible thing.
So as I take you along for my ride, check out the Verrazano Bridge, the Statue of Liberty.
Cool.
And I was eye level with the Freedom Tower, and it just doesn't get any better than that. I mean, a sight like you could almost reach out and feel like you were about to touch the peak. That's when I fell in love. I'm soaring over my birthplace, the Big Apple, also the busiest airspace in the entire world. And as we left NYC area, I learned all sorts of tricks, making a turn at a 30-degree angle. And the big one, you gotta learn how to land.
Oh, yeah.
We made it back on land safely.
We made it successfully on the ground, and in Jersey's capital is where I received my wings.
No clips inside your brain.
No clips. Perfect. Life is sometimes far from a walk in the park.
Miss Johnson, you doing okay?
That extra state savings will go.
In order to live in the present,
Ashley Johnson, Fox 26 News.
you have to confront your past. It all started when I was 12, diagnosed with a condition called AVM, arteriovenous malformation, an abnormal connection between my arteries and veins.
It's something we're born with, most AVMs. It's a birthmark. Many of us don't know we have it, but they can cause either seizures or brain hemorrhages.
Despite that dire prognosis, doctors decided not to operate. But several years later, when I was 23, the condition worsened. Here's the evidence. Look closely. That dark mark you see is my brain hemorrhaging. The result, a stifling headache, too much to bear. I couldn't even walk.
Yours was probably much more difficult because you had a hemorrhage, which is out of the blue, you're sick, you're in the hospital a long time. Much more of our surgeries are elective where we know it's going to happen.
Brain surgery was my only option. Doctors cut through my skull and removed the damaged part of my brain.
When you're a child with AVMs, it can come back a lot, and when you are an adult, it doesn't tend to, and you're kind of in the mixture because you were diagnosed as a child but removed as an adult.
6 years later, an appointment with Dr. Dong Kim, a world-renowned neurosurgeon at Memorial Hermann Hospital. He's the man who saved Congresswoman Gabby Giffords.
So there's two questions that we're dealing with for you, Ashley, as you know. One is there any evidence that your AVM has come back? And do we need to worry about that? And then the other is, are you having some fluid buildup in your brain?
Face it for me.
Questions that could come with some very scary answers.
Okay.
X-rays can provide some answers.
Yeah, see.
The big test, an MRI. Doctors recommend one every 5 years after neurosurgery, and now it's time for my checkup.
Ultimately, we want patients to be better off. Just like you had 2 hemorrhages, and after surgery, now you don't have to worry about it anymore.
That was the answer to my prayers. Some patients suffer from chronic headaches, strokes, or seizures. Many times, life after brain surgery is an emotional roller coaster.
Sometimes patients need a little help, and we'll set them up with a therapist because you can go through depression very easily, kind of a post-traumatic situation, and you just have to be aware of that. But if the brain is functioning well, the emotional parts can catch on, and getting back to a normal life is the best thing.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr.
Great. Nice to see you.
I know, thank you. Oh. Till this day, I get chills thinking about what I went through, and from an emotional standpoint, many people deal with their surgery in their own way. For me, it's having an outlet such as writing or ballet, which you guys all know, but I can't believe I just shared that.
We're glad you did.
Yeah, I can't
Helping a lot of
imagine.
people.
I can't imagine going through a brain surgery. I know it was 6 years ago, and you have to have these regular updates, and this is the first one you've had.
It is, and it's just amazing that I'm here in the medical center with the most world-renowned, like one of the most world-renowned neurosurgeons, and he was so calm, and he just really made me feel at ease because I was really nervous during this story.
So you came to Houston for a reason. You
I
didn't
did.
realize it, but you came here for a reason. Is it over? Are you in the clear? What's next?
The good part is they can't rule it out 100%. And like he said, my case is very tricky because I was diagnosed as a child, but I had it removed as an adult. So if you're diagnosed as a child, there's a good chance it could come back. But if you have it removed as an adult, you're pretty much in the clear. So I will continue to get my checkups, but for the most part, I am thanking God that I'm okay.
As we all are, and your hair looks great too.
Thank you. I didn't have to get it shaved for surgery. A lot of people, that was the first question I asked.
Really important.
They cut into your skull. I mean,
they did, and at 23, I'm like, oh, will I make it out alive? And by the way, will I have my hair when I come out of surgery? So I'm happy that I got to.